this show only has a shot if we're going to do a lot of guerrilla and grassroots marketing.
Which
we have 4 comics. Only has a shot if we motivate their young fan base. I mean, we're dealing with a lead actor who has something like 3 million followers on Vine, you know, and these kids, when I went on this comedy tour with them, I felt like such a loser because each one of them has these giant fan bases, and then people are like, hey, this is Bill Lawrence. You know? It's very humbling. It was good for me. So we tried really, it was a really specific effort to hit the 10 biggest NBC affiliates, and we got 2 or 3 more to do that we'll do right before the show premieres. And you'll see these guys on very cool shows that their fan bases like anyways. Midnight, you know, Loveline, Chelsea Handler, you know, Fallon, Seth Meyers. And the cool thing about having stand-ups is that they're used to flying anywhere and getting up and being funny and not having to do, you know, little on-the-couch panel stuff. I think that you cannot actively motivate or change Nielsen ratings with that stuff because there's only 26,000 families or something, and I've never met one. On the other hand, I think that numbers are not what keeps shows. The numbers are so low nowadays. It's not what keeps shows alive. Niche programming is about feeding content to a loyal fan base and giving them access. Right? Social media. And so, like for Cougar Town, for instance, had we not done that, I think the show would not still be on. Because I think it presented to TBS a first-hand view of a rabid and passionate fan base, and they didn't feel like they were buying someone else's has-been property. They felt they were buying a vibrant show that, you know, 1,000 people will turn out in a bar, because I say who wants to come into a bar on Twitter, you know, in any city in America. And I think that's why it has value nowadays, because unless you're a zeitgeisty hit, and I don't know if they exist anymore, the only way to survive is to truly provide extra content, access, and special stuff to people that like the show. I would have killed for that when I was a kid. I love TV so much. If the Cheers writers said, hey, we're going to be at a bar, you know, in the middle of Iowa, I would have gotten in my car and been there. Yeah. And I could have been 14. I'd be like, just let me in. Let's drink Shirley Temples. Yeah, because ours are filthy and they're funny, and 90% of the stuff that the comics did we couldn't use. And I'm going to do more guerrilla marketing with this show that I've done for any show, and what'll be interesting is to see how much I'm allowed to do. I'm gonna probably have to do most of it without asking, you know, just because of the network show. We'll see. I'm gonna do it anyways, though. By the way, I'm acting confident now, and you'll see me in a few weeks going, that was a giant mistake. But yeah, without a doubt. Look for a gag reel all over the place. Ground Floor, I think, is going to go on for 12, 13 years. I just think she's such a talented young lady, you know what I mean? They were nice enough to let us use her in so many of the episodes this year. Right. I think that we live in a landscape that having a person on 2 different shows and cross-promoting is more of an advantage than a disadvantage, and so I'm going to push really hard to make that something that the shows support each other. Also, when you're not dealing with a direct network competitor that's not on at the same time, and you're dealing with 2 shows that are owned and run by the same studio, I think part of the future of TV, and I've tried to often do it, is to cross-promote and push people back and forth. I used to do it with Community and Cougar Town all the time, and they had nothing to do with each other other than the people behind the scenes were friends. And TBS announces their next thing at the same upfronts everybody else does. I expect it, and I'm very hopeful that it'll have in my head, it'll be a 6th and final season of that show. 6 years is a long time. It feels close story-wise to a place that we could wrap it up, you know, and I think that's what, you know, I don't want to speak for all the cast members or for Courtney or for my wife because she'll kill me, but I think that's the way it's trending for everybody in my head. This cast, they're not Cougar Town fans. These are kids. These are comedy writer type. I mean, not comedy, stand-up comic types. Brent, have you ever seen an episode of Cougar Town?
Cougar Town?
Yeah. You can admit it. I just said you did.
I'll tell you something.
I said you haven't.
Not only have I not, I haven't.
Have you ever seen an episode of Spin? Have you seen an episode of Spin City?
Yeah, I love Spin City.
Have you seen an episode of Scrubs before?
Of course I've seen Scrubs. I'm Zach Kraft.
Ron, have you ever? Because I said no. I doubt anybody on this show has ever seen an episode of Cougar Town. No, never.
It's a different audience.
It is a different audience.
It's a different age audience. That's true.
Don't try to get them off the hook.
No, but it is.
You know what's interesting?
You're right.
I've never seen either of you guys perform stand-up. What?
That's not true.
I was the one who loved Clone High. So.
Ron, by the way, is in my book forever. He's one of the only people that's seen and loved Clone High without me forcing it down.
Are you?
I'm gonna start selling Bill Lawrence Clone High CDs. That's like
Actually, I got a DVD then signed.
Dude, if you can tell me what it is, maybe.
Yeah, clones in high school.
Very good.
It's a cartoon. I've never seen it.
I know.
Cat's out of the bag. I never saw Scrubs too. Hey, thanks for the job.